GMGAGN, Degens, Diamond Hands, and everybody in between. Welcome into the Door Show. I am your humbled, honored, and always hyped host, Colton Caffin Colt Soroka. And I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with your boy, the special guest of the day, and dive into more rabbit holes than we're all going to be able to keep track of together. Now, my friends, before we get to diving deep, I need you to do a couple things for me. Item number one, please take a few moments to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you're currently ingesting the Door Show on. If you are watching on YouTube, might as well hit that notification bell over there as well so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping on the channel. Or if you are watching on the Bird app, that'd be that Twitter over there, hit that follow button, that notification bell there too, so you never miss any of the additional DHR social media content. So I just got a notification here. Reminder to probably plug in the old laptop would be good. Don't want the old show dying. Or if you're listening to the show on your favorite podcast directory, make sure you hit that subscribe button there too, as I do release the audio of every episode after each live show is complete. Next item up on the docket. You can be so kind, you can find it in your old heart to do so while you're watching your boy old Colt here today. Hey, hit that other like button, leave me a comment, leave me a rating, jump on over yonder in the live chat where I will be very soon. You know I love to connect with you guys here live on the show, and it only helps us build this DHR brand. Last but certainly not least, maybe go ahead and hit that share button too. Send it on over to your mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, friends, enemies, neighbors, people who live on the opposite side of the damn globe as you, but you believe represent that diamond hand mindset and could take a few things away from an episode of The Door Show from time to time. Can't thank you enough when you do all those things. It only helps us make Diamond Hand Radio bigger and better for each and every one of you. Woo! We're live in prime time, baby. Let me get into the chat. What are we doing? GM. Good morning, Bake the Snake. How we doing? Flex those diamond hands. Dr. J, I see you, baby. Let's go, Promi. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird to see my fucking face? And you usually just hear me talking instead of that. What's up, Promi? Good to see you. Shout out. We got NY, my boy, live from the Respected Rhinos. What's up, brother? Good morning. Only 18 minutes until the Rhino reveal, says Beaver Slide. Oh, shit. Let me, wait a minute. Pablo Band. Pablo Band. Woo! Come on. GM, everybody. Let's go. J Verse, good morning. GM. Chris Posey, live in prime time. GM. Welcome in to the Door Show, everybody. We got a hell of a show up on tap here today. If you can't tell, look, the neck's already getting red. The fucking veins are already bulging. I'm telling you, kids, it's going to be a show and a half. Got a boatload to get through here on the first half before we do welcome on special guest of the day, the legendary HD from the Respected Rhinos. Cannot wait to talk with him. I talk with him every single day, but now you guys are going to get that opportunity to know him a little bit more like I do instead of on those mega spaces. Hey, Bocephus. #fams. All that being said, welcome in, everybody. Let's get right on into it. Let's not waste any time. No hesitation, no delay. I got my other screen up over here. Nothing breaking that I can see. So let's get on into the first segment of the day, my friends. You know the drill. It's time for NFT 101. And cheers to you if you're sipping down any of that black elixir of the gods on this beautiful Thursday morning. Take a sip of that. It's also June the 2nd, 2022, in case you didn't know. So hey, let me take my sip. Oh! Whew! Hold on, one more. Whoa. When the coffee tastes that good, it's going to be a show. Say hi to Tricky Dick, old Dick Butkus, and then we got our smiley face. Okay, kids, NFT 101. Let's get the banner moving. So we got that going. Let me get back in here so I can see all of y'all. Good morning, Brew Mom. Good morning. All right. NFT 101 today, guys. We're talking all about what is an NFT. And most of you probably will already be in here knowing what the fucking NFT is, or maybe you don't, or maybe you've never heard this definition before. And I think it is always extremely valuable. But I'm going to go a little bit deeper than everybody else goes. I'm going to give you a couple of real world examples to kind of think about, and a couple of different things in between. So, first things first, what the hell is fungible and what the hell is non fungible? I got the definitions right here for you. Non fungible is not replaceable by another identical item, not mutually interchangeable. It is impossible to change it with anything else and retain the same value. That is literally Merriam-Webster. Compare that with fungible, able to be replaced or replace another identical item, mutually interchangeable. So you think about in terms of NFTs or cash, right? Fungible would be regular cash. It is fungible. It can be traded for other cash. A 20 can be broke down into 2 5s or 2 10s, 4 5s, whatever you want. Or it can go and buy you a bag of chips at the corner store, right? It's fungible. It works around. It can move. It can groove. It can do whatever the fuck you want it to do. Non-fungible, a non-fungible token only operates on one specific platform, i.e. a blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain, as we typically talk about. I hope these dots are starting to connect here. And NFTs can't go to the corner store and buy you a bag of chips, but they can be bought and sold on that blockchain for that specific blockchain's cryptocurrency. In our case, as we've been talking, Ethereum. Bang. So that non-fungible token is forever stored on the blockchain. It can't do anything IRL, or can it? That's where the fun stuff comes in. Everybody says, okay, well, what's the point? I just hold this stupid picture of a monkey on a blockchain. Well, this don't make no damn sense. What the point do I want this? I can't do anything with it in the real world. Well, my friends, let me tell you a little example that I've told people, and I've saw light bulbs just go off in their heads. I compare it to a baseball card, right? So picture, if you will, and it's funny because in Word on the Chain, we're actually going to talk a little bit. I got some juicy stuff on an upcoming athlete NFT drop. Sick as hell. So picture, if you will, you have 150 Ken Griffey Jr. baseball cards, Topps cards, whatever, the traditional trading cards. And then you have 150 Ken Griffey Jr. NFTs. These 150 Ken Griffey Jr. trading cards are the exact same. The same pose, it's the same picture. Somebody froze it in time. It is the exact same thing. Forever that card. Now there's 150 of them. Bingo, bango. Look at an NFT the same exact way. It's a trading card. Ken Griffey might be in that same flipping it back, the same exact pose that he's always in, but he's got a different jersey. He's got a different hat. He's got no hat. He's got a chain on. He's got no chain on. He's shoeless, a super rare shoeless Ken Griffey. Who knows? So you get that rarity. That rarity starts to happen, right, with the NFT, with the trading cards. So that creates the value, the additional secondary market that we'll talk about. I'm going to talk all about minting and secondary market to wrap up the week tomorrow. And then we're going to get into the fun stuff to start next week. I told you, we're just building blocks right now. But you have that NFT, right? So check this out. You own the Ken Griffey Jr. NFT. You own the IP rights to that NFT. That means anything with that Ken Griffey NFT, you can do whatever the hell you want. You can utilize it as graphics like I do for my show. You can utilize it to start a fucking gym, Ken Griffey Swing Gym. Well, who knows? You'd have to, there's a bad example for that. It would probably be some copyright shit. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. That's the power of this space, because if he fully releases the IP rights, then you can. So check this out. Here's the most beautiful part. Also, holding that NFT, that trading card, not only provides you all that value, also it gives you complete full access, all access pass, if you will, to that community or to that person. For instance, Ken Griffey Jr., you get access to his inner circle. You get access to private batting lessons. I don't know, I'm spitballing here. Once a month, you go to a ball game with Ken Griffey Jr. Whatever that might be, that's the additional utility. So you get real world utility. And then there's all this Web3 utility that we have barely even to scratch the surface on. And that is why the space is so incredible, because it literally takes something that is so far in the past. Well, not really. A lot of people still play with trading cards, not even play. They move some trading cards now. But I'm telling you what, it is absolutely incredible how it is starting to come back into the same kind of trading sphere, the same exact kind of light. And I'm telling you, man, this is a spot where you want to be. So if you have not got an NFT yet, if you hadn't had that light bulb moment yet, I hope that gave it for you. And I hope you guys are all on board to getting invested. If you don't know how to buy an NFT, you don't know how to purchase Ethereum, hey, just go back to episode 1 and 2. We covered that. We covered this. We're going to cover whatever the hell else we're going to cover after this. And then we're going to get into the fun stuff after that. So, my friends, keeping it moving, keeping it grooving. I wanted to talk about, because obviously you see there, here we go. Definition. All right, so that's pretty much everything defined, right? So that's an NFT. Now let's keep it moving. First of all, 25 concurrent viewers I just saw pop up like, hey, do you know what you guys do to me? Do you hold on. Just my apologies. Like, do you understand? Like, from the bottom of my fucking heart, bro. Like, and brews, brew crew. Do you understand that, like, I fucking grinded 2 years in content and didn't get this type of love? I grinded I got over 600 hours of podcasts under the belt, and I never received love like this. So from me, because I always say it behind that PFP, I fucking love you. I appreciate each and every single one of you, because it wouldn't be without each and every one of you that I wouldn't be doing this. It's all of your fucking support. The chat's going bananas. The shit's going off. Like, it was never like this before. Y'all are fucking sick. The fucking response and the love that I've gotten, man, like, all love to you guys. But hey, keep it moving, keep it grooving. Finding quality projects. Now, I'm not the end all be all. It's the Door Show, okay? We're doing our own research together, but there are 5 things, and I wrote them down just to kind of have a little bit of thought process that I typically look at if I'm looking for a long-term project. If I'm looking for a degen flip that I'm going to flip overnight, shout out, might talk to a little something about that later. If I'm looking at one of those, I don't really care about these things, right? I'm just interested where the market's moving, when is it going to pump, and am I going to make some money back? That's all I care about, right? So that being said, I can get all these damn notifications. I keep hearing them in my ears and it throws me off. So 5 things, my friends. Number 1, community. Look at the chat. This is my community. If your community ain't showing out, having a fucking blast when you're doing certain things, or you pop in a Discord and that community ain't getting wild, or you could show up to a Twitter Spaces, nobody can ever argue that the Rhinos, Raw's fucking Twitter Spaces, the Brew Crew, Raw's fucking Twitter Spaces, Good Gods, Jose, woo! I mean, come on. You know the drill. My man Baby O, the name precedes themselves. So if you see a group of community, and that's all me and Baby O were, we were community members that just kind of stepped up to the plate and got on the team. I mean, it's that simple in this space, my friends, because it's so new. And if you have a strong community of people that are backing each other, sign me up. I almost will overlook all of 4 of these other things if there's community members that are just pumping the project left, right, and center. Number 2 is obviously going to be the founders and the team. That's kind of the next layer beyond that, right? I don't know that you have to get too crazy, too wild. Like, just make sure they're real human beings. Like today, you won't see HD completely dox himself, which is going to be pretty fucking cool. We'll talk about that later. But you always just at least have some type of a team, or at least people you're talking to. Are they on Twitter Spaces? Are they doing shit? Like, what are they there? At least if they're present, you don't need to see their face. Like, I'm one of the rare cases. I'm always out here. I got a podcast. I got a live show. It is what it is. So I know I'm a rare case. It ain't that big of a deal, but as long as they're out there, and that's what I respect about HD, JTR, they're always out there grinding day in and day out. And anytime you need them, you can drop them a DM and they're going to respond. And you can probably damn near bet you can get on a Twitter Space and talk to them right there live in prime time in front of everybody. So that's what I love to look at. Number 3 is a roadmap. And again, this is long-term shit. And I feel like we haven't talked about this in this NFT space for so long because it is the hype projects. Everybody knows the goblins. Welcome to Goblin Town. Do you want a human burger? Everybody knows. Everybody understands where the space is. It's okay. It's fine. I'm buying into it too. It ain't no big deal. I'm a degen. I'm making flips. I'm making plays. But at the end of the day, once this NFT bubble does pop, once this thing continues to grow and eventually NFT pieces go everywhere, much like Web 1 did, I would rather be involved with the teams that have a little bit of working room once it gets down that path and that we have actually something that maybe we can fall back on and not just nothing there. So if they're providing that IRL value, are they building a real business? There's so many projects right now that are building real back-end businesses that are going to pay you for the rest of your life if you choose to get involved, i.e., the Respected Rhinos. I love them, giving them free plugs already. We ain't even got HD on the damn show yet, but that's number 3. Number 4 is price. Really, price shouldn't be a huge factor. What it should be is, are you getting the value? And prime example, Rhinos is a 0.09 price, but do I believe that is fair? Fuck yes, 100%. Not only is it fair for the base traits, for the right off the jump, the rip traits, but then there's all this additional shit that I can't get out of HD or JTR, and I keep poking and fucking prodding, trying to get him to tell me something, and I can't get nothing out of him about all these additional traits and what they got cooked up. Not to mention all of their back-end business that they literally have been running for years and years and years and are already extremely successful. We get access to that by being part of the crash. So call me crazy, just a little something to think about. Price shouldn't be an end-all, be-all reason for you to get out, and it should provide the value. I've minted things for 0.18. I'm sure other people could say that too. If you got a bonehead, you might know that. I haven't been able to get a bonehead yet, but I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm trying. But if it has the value, take the value, right? So that's number 4. And then number 5 would be the art. Obviously nowadays, like, what the fuck is art? It's still got to grab you, right? And like, the fucking goblins are growing on me. And these undead dons, they're growing on me. And, I got a fucking beer can. My PFP is a beer can with laser eyes, for fuck's sakes. I mean, but I love it. I absolutely love it. And like, I don't think there's any art. I won't buy bullshit. Like, it has to like snap my eye. And they call it in the industry a thumb stopper. And if I put that on my PFP and somebody's scrolling, like if I think their thumb would stop, I buy that thing. And sometimes it might be shit and sometimes it might be not. But if I like the art, that's a big factor for me too. So bingo, bango, there you go. Now, my friends, I was going to go all the way down the security rabbit hole, but I don't want to rush it. We're already 18 minutes after. All that I do believe was extremely, extremely important just for finding a quality project, is also kind of understanding what an NFT actually is, right? So security is really important. We all know that that it's something that we don't need to rush or really try and get through too fast. So maybe we'll just go all the way through that, make it a shorter NFT 101 tomorrow. I got 2 main points talking about kind of DMs, links, emails, Discord, doing side deal stuff, just some stuff to talk about security. So we'll do security tomorrow, and then we'll do minting and purchasing on the secondary come Monday. And then we'll dive into the good stuff. We'll talk blockchain, smart contracts, trait sniping. I literally plan to have a whole NFT 101 segment where I pull up the floor of one of the projects I'm involved in and do some live sniping. Like, why the hell not? Let's have some fun. So just to kind of help people understand what I see, because I've gotten really good at trait sniping. Like, I picked out on the undead towns before I even looked. I picked out the butterfly ears last night. And I was like, that floor is probably going to be fucking lava. Well, I picked it up for 0.01 last night, and the floor is currently sitting at 0.045 and only going up by the minute. So I don't know. I have an eye for traits. I can't pick projects out that are going to pump. That's why I hang out with fucking alpha groups, but I do have an eye for traits. So I'll be doing that at some point in time as well. But there you go, my friends. That is officially NFT 101. Now, I need a sip of some high quality H2O, so you know the drill. It's time for the second segment of the day. Word on the chain. Okie doke, artichokes. A couple of things to cover here before we bring in old HD. Hadn't joined us yet, but I'll let you know when he joins us for sure. First things, I talked about it just a little bit ago. Use your English, Colt. I talked about it just a little bit ago. An athlete NFT was coming right up on right around the block. So Air, H-E-I-R. It is a Web3 platform backed by my boy, 23, straight out of the Windy City. Yeah, baby. Michael Jordan and his son, Jeffrey. They just dropped their first collection in February of this year. It's called Six Rings. It is basically you could get like a golden statue or silver statue, or it's kind of a bull statue. And then the horns came out, and on each of the horns there was 1, 2, 3 rings, and it was supposed to symbolize Jordan's 6 rings, obviously with the Chicago Bulls. They sold for 2.3 Sol each. It is a Sol project. You can actually check out the floor on Magic Eden right now. I was actually looking at it today. But what they do, what their aim is now, is providing these athlete membership NFTs. So essentially, you buy into an athlete and you get access to their entire inner circle. So you hang out with, oh fuck. So you hang out, oh, this is gonna be sick. So you hang out with whoever they're around, you train with whoever they train, you do with whatever they do. It's absolutely electric. So they just announced their first partnership. They're partnering with Lonzo Ball. Shout out my man right now, obviously out of the Windy City as well. They are dropping his collection on June the 7th. They did not announce a price yet, but I highly suggest you check that out. I'm going to go on Magic Eden and actually peep it out after we get done here. It is a 4,200 piece collection. 420, even ball players are stoners too. What you know about that? So they're gonna be dropping that on June the 7th. So I'm gonna be checking that out. I don't have any Soul ATM, but who knows? I'm never opposed to picking some up and maybe getting involved in something damn cool. And I can hang out with Lonzo Ball and his whole squad on the weekends. I'm with the Big Baller brand. Screw it. Next item up on tap. If you didn't see, OpenSea, well, not necessarily OpenSea in some shit, but a former OpenSea employee is in some hot shit right now. The first ever Web3 insider trading case has been leveraged against Mr. Nathaniel Chastain. He was a former OpenSea product manager, and he was basically utilizing the confidential info that they get in order to pump the NFTs out onto the featured pages. He was getting that info the day before. Maybe it was like a pre-mint or whatever, getting a whitelist, scooping everything up. We know how the game works. We're degens, and fucking flipping it for 10x and then laundering that money out instantaneously. So OpenSea caught on to it. They fucking brought in the feds. Literally, the DOJ and the FBI is involved. Homeboy just got scooped up yesterday. I'm telling you guys, it's absolutely bananas. So that being said, mind your P's and Q's. There may be no regulation. This might be the Wild West. Motherfuckers still watching. I promise you, motherfuckers still watching. Big Brother's always out there keeping an eye somewhere. So I just highly suggest, I'm not saying you're doing insider trading, but I highly suggest just be cool. I mean, goodness gracious, all Friday. It is the first of its kind. Like, this has literally never happened any other time. So I'm very, very interested to see how it shakes out. But like I said, FBI and DOJ are already fully involved and have made statements. Another thing I'm super excited about before we bring in the guest of the day is the Fly Fish Club restaurant. This is in New York City. This is actually the first NFT restaurant. You might say, no, Colt, shut the hell up. There's Bored and Hungry. Huh, no, I already did my research. So unlike Bored and Hungry, where young man who, I don't know what his name was, but took his ape and utilized the IP, like I was talking about in NFT 101, remember how he utilized his IP to create Bored and Hungry? Not at all even the close to being the same thing. So at Bored and Hungry, obviously you can utilize ETH. It's pretty doggone cool, whatever, but it's still a brick and mortar regular facility. Not to say that Fly Fish Club isn't a brick and mortar facility. However, you have to own their NFT to even get in the joint. So I did a little bit of research, and basically it's already a private dining club. I don't know what the private dining club's called. I was watching an interview with the head chef, but it's already a private dining club. You own this NFT. It gets you additional access to like a back room and then all these celebrity chefs and all this crazy shit, which is just absolutely electric. So I have no idea when it drops, what's all coming with it. But you know me being a foodie and how much I love restaurants. I'm all about that shit. And he also said you can use it. You can transfer it at any time. So it is completely on the blockchain, good to go. You can gift it to somebody. So that's all good. And then you can also lease it out. So he was discussing some type of leasing feature that I was like, Well, I probably need to look into that because that's really interesting as well. I actually know, shout out Alpha Miner. Alpha, if you're watching, I know he does, he's got his own Discord where he does some leasing of some P2E games and some stuff. So maybe we'll have to have old Alpha on sometime, talk about some serious Alpha on that end of things. But yeah, that's the Fly Fish Club restaurant. And then last but not least, my friends, 4 minutes till we start the second half of the show, but I'm going to start early. Just wanted to show you guys what I was talking about. I did it. I'm a degen. You know, I am. Yeah. So what? What's the problem? You got a problem with it? You got a problem with my doggone, my skull? You got a problem with my undead ton? Huh? What do you think about that guy? Look at him, diamond hands. Look at him, diamond hands on that guy. Oh, hey, did you know that is a sub 500 rank? And then this guy, oh, there's those butterfly ears. That guy is a sub 300 rank. So, hey, had to scoop. You know, those are the undead town.wtf. That was the degen play that I was talking about just a little bit ago that I was going to mention. Scooped it up at the pump last night. I had 3 or 4 alpha groups mention them at the same time. And I was like, well, maybe I should fucking pay attention here. Scooped one at 0.01, scooped the other one at 0.015, and they hit 0.03 last night. Paper hands came back in a little bit, and now it's sitting at 0.02, and it's just been pumping all morning, even with gas. So if gas comes down, these things could go to the fucking moon. I've had a couple people already project 0.2 once gas comes down. So do our own research. I'm telling you here, if you got a little, literally what they told me in the alpha chat, hey, you got an extra 0.01 or 0.02 to cover gas, get involved, have some fun. That's what I'm telling you. We're doing our own research together. Who would I be if I did not let you know? Okay, my friends, that officially does it. That was supposed to be on your screen the whole time. Word on the chain. Sorry, you guys were supposed to have topics, but I'm back here. Oh, great. You know, let me block this user because we don't need the naked HD XYZ dating sites. We don't need that shit whatsoever. Okay, so that's out of the chat. That will do it, my friends. I'm going to talk about soulbound tokens tomorrow because I'm ready to talk to this fella here below me. All right, without further ado, my friends, let me get rid of this so no issues happen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all shapes, sizes, colors, and nationalities and all over the world, the man we are about to talk to is not fully doxxed yet. Now, I don't want you to go running in the opposite direction and say, wait, why don't we get to see his face? What the hell's going on? Due to some conflicts of interest, if you will, we got to keep him safe. Nah, I have been told if things go according to plan, we could potentially schedule a V2. We might get to see his face. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet. Put your hands together for the founder of the Respected Rhinos Club, an accomplished IRL businessman, a fantastic father, if I do say so myself, juggling 2 kids at one time at the same time as a phone on Twitter Spaces, a ridiculously knowledgeable human being that has 10x'd my life since he has came into it, and not to mention a total degen, a diamond hand, and last but certainly not least, one of the most genuine human beings that I've met in this entire damn space. Put your hands together for the legendary Mr. HD. What's up, brother?
Captain, what's going on, brother? How are you? What an introduction, man. Holy smokes, man.
Dude, this is electric. I'm already fucking juiced. I am so excited. Thank you so much for coming on, my man. How you doing on this beautiful Thursday?
Good, man. Just got off the golf course, played a quick 9 to prepare myself for this this podcast, this show, to hang out with you. I'm excited. We got a lot of fun things we plan on talking about here today. It's going to be a good one for sure.
Hell yeah, man. The chat's already going crazy. Everybody's excited. Both Cephas is cheering. Tom is telling everybody, go mint your rhinos. Last I saw, we were 13 away from reveal. Tim saying, let's go, HD. We got Bake the Snake in here. Everybody is hyped to see and hear the legend HD. So let's get on into it, man. usually we only get to hear you on those old mega spaces, hashtag fams, for those of you in the chat out there. But I've had the pleasure to be able to go to some of these smaller spaces that you hold, and even ones that maybe there's less of us, where we can really get super intimate and kind of have some really high level conversations. So tell me a little bit about yourself, man. I know you don't get too crazy, don't go all the way down the IRL rabbit hole, but what was kind of life like for you pre NFT, and kind of what's it like now for you for an IRL businessman?
Yeah, I mean, pre NFTs, I ran successful businesses, had sold them, had started with real estate at a younger age. I used to work on cars when I was younger. I used to do everything outside of my parents' house. And my dad, using impact drills and stuff, and welding in the driveway at like 1 or 2 a.m. He goes, "You can't do this in the driveway. Like there's neighbors. Like, people don't want to listen to you with an impact drill." So he bought me a commercial building to do work on. I said, "Give me a year, I'll pay you back in cash." So I was able to grind, work on kids' cars in high school and other schools around at the racetracks, make enough money to buy the building for my dad, and we opened a custom fabrication shop. And that's kind of where my entrepreneurism came from, was just working on cars as a young age, neighbors would bring over lawnmowers, and I'd reset their lawnmowers, change out their carburetors, like little things. And then it just kept going and going and going. And I started, now that I had a building, somebody said, "Hey, can we rent your space for the day? We have some cars we want to work on. Can we use one of your lifts?" I said, "Yeah, no problem." They're like, "Here's your money." I'm like, "Wait, what just occurred?" Like, I kind of was just saying you could use it because we're not using it, and they paid me. So it kind of got me thinking about real estate and getting, businesses and other, commercial buildings, residential buildings. And then, I bought a summer house, and I rented out to a bunch of buddies when I was 18. They were 19. So they all summer long lived at the house down the shore in Jersey. And I just collected rent. I went there and partied on the weekends with them. Right. So my mortgage was paid. And I get the party there, and then I just left. The lady next door was selling her house. I bought her house, and I just kept doing that. Um, in college, the same thing. I had roommates that played sports with me, and their rent, I charged them rent, and it paid for my beer money and my bar tabs in college. And then I bought the house next door, and then I just kept doing that over and over. And I was able to just leverage one property to another, leverage another property to another. And I never really took profit because I was still in school. I didn't really have too many crazy expenses. I was able just to keep paying down my debt. And then e-commerce came into my life, and I had a buddy of mine who was into Amazon. He's like, "Yeah, I own an Amazon store." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, you don't." Like, he's one of those kids, those people that you talk to and they tell you something and it's like, "Yeah, you don't, like I made $2 million last month." You're like, "No, you made
Huh?
like 2 grand, like 2 grand maybe,
Right.
So he told me about it, and I said, "Yeah, dude, that's cool. Like, I'm still doing what I'm doing, but all right, check back in with me later on." And he pulls up to my house in, a ridiculous car. I'm like, how do you afford this car? He's like, "Dude, I told you, Amazon stores." I'm like, "It doesn't make sense to me. Like, get me up to speed." And he basically taught me about, drop shipping and automated businesses online, and basically called it online real estate. And it clicked to me, and I'm like, "Wow, this is genius." I'm like, "So at the end of the day, you're just leveraging credit cards where I leverage mortgage and credit lines." And he goes, "Yeah, dude, that's all I do is leverage credit cards, and I just open stores for other people, take profit margins from them, and leverage out their credit." And I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I need to start doing that." So I opened my first store, and then started opening more stores, and now, work with companies that are, Amazon, Walmart, and Facebook Marketplace, automated management companies. So in real life, prior to NFTs, I do and still do, Amazon, Walmart, Facebook Marketplace, automated drop shipping, online real estate, if you want to call it that. And then we do Airbnb, property management, and then we own commercial buildings, so, and residential, all that fun stuff. So we kind of wanted to bring that into the NFT world, and show people how passive income has obviously changed my life, our co-founder's life, and show people it's not hard to do it. You just need to know how to do it.
100%. Man, I sit here like this because if you guys haven't gone over to your MetaMask, probably over in that direction, load it up on your ETH and already gone over and minted yourself a Rhino, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Point blank period right there. You hear what the man's been doing. He's been doing it since before high school, for crying out loud. He is like, oh, I'm out here welding. I'm working on some cars. I'm doing this. And then all of a sudden he gets a shop and now bang, rents it out to fix a car, to put a car on a lift for one day. And all of a sudden now he's doing what he's doing, and he's kicking back, being able to come to podcasts with me and have the passive income flow in. So HD, I appreciate you sharing all that, man, and kind of letting everybody know the backstory where you've been. I wanted to touch on something else real quick. You mentioned just a little bit you were a collegiate athlete. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I grew up playing sports. I went to a private high school that only had two sports that I played. I played hockey and lacrosse for them. And then I played football and wrestling for my public school. In Jersey, there was a rule that allowed you to do that. If your school didn't have those sports, you could play for your hometown. So I was a 4-star athlete in high school in all 4 sports, got recruited for all 4 sports, played a little bit of hockey overseas.
We
Was
are not
tired.
worthy. We are not worthy.
I was tired of being overseas. I kind of was homesick in a way, although I was playing a sport that I got paid for. It just wasn't for me. So I was going to head back to the military. I come from a military family. And a college called me and offered me a full ride for lacrosse. So I ended up going to college for 4 years on a full ride. And, I got hurt. My freshman year, I redshirted. And then my senior year, I had to have another surgery that I stopped playing and just started working. I told my coach I was a captain. I kind of just said, hey, listen, I'm working now. I'm making really good money. It does, I have to have another surgery. Will probably keep me out for the first half of the season. It doesn't make sense for me to play this season. It was a tough breakaway because all I knew was sports. Everything I do is that sports mentality. So it was definitely a dark time. And it sounds silly to say, but it was a dark time in my life because the sports was stripped from me because I had to have this surgery, Yeah. And I ended up I still play to this day. I'm in pain once in a while. But I walked into a doctor's office. He goes, you should not be able to walk. You should be having a knee replacement. You're 23 years old. And now I do everything that I did before. Probably not at the speeds that I used to do it at, but I still play hockey. I still do mixed martial arts. I still, play lacrosse. So I still do everything I'm probably not supposed to, but, yeah, it was, I played college lacrosse on a full ride.
I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Yeah, the old man still gets in his old man leagues every once in a while, laces up the old skates and goes to work. So if you don't see him out of space, he's not out slouching. He's out there actually putting in some work and trying to be physically better as well. So I appreciate you.
I try to say it exercising, and my wife goes, "You drink before you go on the ice, and you drink beers after you go on the ice. How was that exercise?"
You burned it off. Burn it off. I need the carbs.
Yeah, it's like my heart rate goes up to 210. I'm pretty sure it's a workout.
I love it, dude. I love it. All right. Well, everybody knows on this show we don't do a bunch of shilling. Because I think it's pointless. We do it on Twitter Spaces all damn time, and we can talk about everything left, right, and center. And I'm sure a good majority of people could kind of tell you a little bit about the Rhinos. What I want to know is, you were in IRL business. You were super successful. You're doing just fucking, you're moving mountains. You're grooving. You're shaking. You're doing pretty much fucking everything's doing it for you, right? Like you ain't got no worries in the world. Why NFTs and why Respected Rhinos?
So that's a good question, right? Because what we do in real life, and me and the co-founder, I've been in NFTs a little longer than him, but in November, September, October, in that range last year, we got into it really. Yeah, JTR. We got into it really heavy together, and we started minting a lot of projects and buying a lot of projects, and getting rugged, right? That notorious word, and getting scammed, and we see people literally crying that they put their last $100 in or $200 in. They thought they were going to make it to 500 so they could pay their mortgage in next month. And it's heartbreaking. So we were just buying NFTs off people that got rugged at the price they paid for it, right? Trying to just do good for people because we could afford it. And I turned to him and I said, listen, we need to change this place, right? This is the future. NFTs is the future. Web3 is the future. But there can't be people taking advantage of everybody because nobody's going to want to come into this space. I talk to anybody today? What do you do? I'm retired in a way, if you want to call it that, financially free, but I do crypto and, Web3 and like NFTs, and they just give me that look, you get that look, like, oh, you're one of those. And we want to change that space. And that's why we put our project together, to make a change, to show people, listen, Web3 is a safe place. There are projects out there that are safe, where you can come into a community, enjoy the community, benefit in real life from the community, and benefit from it in Web3, right? Like, you can own a project. The project will bring you value. It'll give you introduction to other projects that have other real life utility. And that's what we wanted to do. So when we were coming up with, the animal we wanted to use, or the design, the illustration we wanted to use, our illustrator is a friend of ours, and he was like, I did a rhino just messing around because I like, I'm like, all right, let's see. And the meaning behind a rhino, and what it means for protection, for family, for community, for aggression. If you attack one of their young or one of their Crash members, we're using the rhino.
Shout out to Crash.
So yeah, we did rhinos. We live our lives in real life. Respect is earned, not given, and that's the motto of our project. And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to bring a project together using our skills in real life, to bring people utility that was fun, that was exciting, that would build even more community. We talked on a space last night. Like, if you did mint a rhino with a Hawaiian print, where would you want to go on vacation? What would you want to do? Right? Like, if you won that vacation, where would you go? Right? And that just brings like adventure, that brings life into our community, because people start saying, oh, you should go to this island, you should go to this place, you should go here. If you're here, I'll be there. Like, it just makes it just more of a community driven project. And that's really what we tried doing.
Dude, I knew that was the answer you were gonna give. Sorry if my camera cuts out, guys. Oh shit, yeah, I'm gonna have to restart my cam. Hold on one sec. I'll keep talking while we're doing it, but while we're going in between, because I knew that's the exact answer you were gonna give, right? And let me adjust this so everybody can hear me. I'm multitasking at the same time. This actually happened yesterday. I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on here? Like, my camera just cutting out and shit. Well, most hostesses would freak the fuck out and probably be like, oh shit, I gotta stop the show. It's over with. You know me, I just keep fucking talking. And dude, get the fuck out of here. These stupid ass. I need a moderator.
I'm getting spam. This is nice.
Yeah,
I mean, guys, if you want to see Naked HD,
hey, Naked HD for sure. Let me block these users for
mint
crying out loud.
More
Goodness
rhinos.
Gracious. He said, what's going on behind that camera? I don't know what the hell's going on behind this camera, but hopefully we're getting everything out of here. All right, everything's going good. Let me block this dumbass. Please get out of town. Okay. Now, I think we should be back in business, kids. I'm not 150% sure, but I'm just going to take a wild guess here. Let me just double check before I actually do anything. All right. Yep. Okay, we're good to go. Hey, back in prime time. You have no idea all the shit that I just went through to make this look normal again. Okay, so bang. I'm back in prime time, HD. See how we do it?
He's back. There we go.
Way to go. Hey, what the fuck? Go away, Naked HD. Okay, so what I was saying is how you describe that, man. And I said this morning. So many people, I've heard this, and it kind of pisses me off because I'm a rhino holder. And I bought 2 right off rip, because of what you said, and because I knew who you were, and I knew what you guys did, and I knew why you were building this project. That's why I minted from rip. I didn't wait around at all. I've heard so many people say, what the fuck do I need with a Rolex? What the fuck do I need with a fucking this or that? And that right there just summed everything up, my man. This is long term. That's awesome. They are giving you something from rip. They're giving you value right here, right now. But there's so much more down the line. And that's what I respect the hell out of you for, man. Because that's just... you've stuck to every bit of your word. I say this on Spaces too. You said we are going to literally have the white sale price from X to X. There's so many projects. We'll literally fucking extend it out, move it around, add people. You guys stuck to it. You said we're revealing at 1,000. You have not budged one bit. You have allowed people to try and fund the project, made them clowns in the fucking Discord for crying out loud, and they're just not allowed to do it. They can't fucking do it. And it is amazing. You talk about the community shy of my brew crew. I don't see it anywhere else in the space, man. Like the crash is the fucking shit. If I come in the crash, people are going to go nuts. And it's anybody that comes in the crash. It is literally so much fun. And everybody who is in the crash knows that long-term value, that long-term vision. And I'm so glad that's how you described it, my man, because it put the cherry on top of the sundae, the proverbial drum that I've been beating day in and day out about how valuable of a project this is. And I hope you guys understand how absolutely insane the giveaway is today. I mean, HD, holy shit, I'm looking at a PFP. What the fuck am I doing? Holy shit, dude. Like the value, like, thank you for being kind and gracious enough to even do that for the show, man. Like the value right then and there that you're just, here you go, giving away is fucking bananas. So thank you for that. And thank you for helping everybody understand why this is one of the more valuable projects on the market right now.
No, yeah, listen, I get the oh, you're getting a vacation, you're getting sports tickets, you're getting a Rolex, blah blah, all these giveaways, and the real I guess you can say the real reason why we did this project was financial literacy, right? And to educate people on how passive income versus earned income works, and how you can become financially free, right? The ability to work because you want to, not because you have to. All the stuff that's tied to the traits, like 85% of our collection has at least one of our 6 main traits. There's, and the why we did that was because too many times I've minted projects out, like 10,000 piece collections back in November, and I got ranked 9,950. And they're like, all right, your NFT is worth nothing. Nobody's ever going to buy it. You get nothing, no value from this project because it was only for the top 200, rarity ranked pieces.
Right.
So what we want to do is say, hey, listen, we're going to bring you all true value through financial literacy, through passive income. And our roadmap is just, giveaways, giving back to our community, right? Taking everything that we're building and giving it back to you. And the traits are the same thing. Every month, there's going to be multiple winners across multiple traits. And we're going to, explain and show you how we do what we do in real life. And we did it already in the beginning of our community building. We brought in our teams and they did a presentation.
Next Tuesday. Let's go.
Yep, Tuesday. If you're a Rhino holder, you will get access to our presentation, and you'll see what we do in real life and how the back end of Amazon works. And if you're a Rhino holder, you will get, if you're interested in opening a store and learning how to leverage your credit and create an automated Amazon store that creates passive income for you, you will get benefits for being a holder in order to do that. So there are people in our community that we gave access to already that are starting to see the benefits from the passive income side. Like there's members that open stores that are collecting passive income as we speak in this, podcast or this video cast or YouTube.
Half and half.
Yeah.
So
there's people out there, like I always joke around with people in our server because like I just sold, just as we're on this thing, I sold 5 inflatable pools. Like it's just, I'm talking to you, hanging out, have no other computer screen on, and I'm selling inflatable pools to people. It's mind blowing.
That's just fucking.
And you're making 35% on these pools. And they cost $40, and you're making 35% on it. So it's
fucking hell. Hey, 14 more to go. If y'all ain't minted yet, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. If we hit reveal on show, oh shit, I'm going bananas. I'm taking my shirt off. If we hit reveal on show, I'm taking my shirt off.
Well, if we hit it down, listen. We are going to do a reveal at 1,000, but we want to do it big, right? We want to do a big mega space to get everybody excited, and we want to get people in there that can talk, that can say what they got to show us the excitement. So if you did mint the legendary that's in there, I want to hear about it. I want to hear about it. And what we're doing too with all these giveaways, dude, we're doing an ETH equivalent. So if you win and you don't want to go on a vacation and you don't want to go on a sports event and you don't want to watch for whatever reason, we're going to give you an ETH equivalent.
Hell yeah. I absolutely love that aspect of it too. Cause it's like, shit, yeah, maybe a Rolex isn't for somebody. Maybe they live on the farm and they work for a living. They hardly ever fucking go out. I get that too. So maybe, holy shit, that brand new, fresh amount of ETH, whatever that might be, right in the damn wallet, could be life-changing for somebody, or at least for a couple of years. So that's absolutely amazing, man. So yeah, dude, I love that you guys are all doing that. and really seeing the long-term vision of this space. And that's a perfect segue into one of my 2 or 3 final questions. We'll see where we go here. But we've been talking long term, and I've had some great conversations with you. And you mentioned financial literacy, and like even my mental literacy has gone up just hanging out with you, man. Just my ability to take risks and to kind of see things from that entrepreneurial perspective, just hanging out with you has just been absolutely ridiculous. I need a mod in here is what the fuck I need. I'll get rid of this shit, kids. Don't worry, we'll be all right. Fuck, I need a fucking mod in there. Somebody's got to be my mod. All that being said, this is funny as hell. We used to have that on the other show that I had, and I was able to get it out of there quicker. There we go. See you later. All right. That all being said, son of a bitch. Future. Obviously, we're in this bear market right now. Hey, it breaks up the monotony. Obviously, we're in this bear market right now, or maybe not. I don't know. These goblins sure seem to be pumping like a son of a bitch here as of late. But that all being said, what do you see as the future of this space? Is the sky falling? Are we done? It's over with. We should probably pack up shop. I should quit this show. It was probably dumb for me to start this. Or where are we going with Web3?
No, this is just the beginning, bro. I use this statistic, and I'm gonna try to Google it quick to make sure it's accurate. But when we got into this space, you know, when it comes to passive income, right? Passive income over time is scalable and sustainable, so it gets stronger and bigger as time goes on. So that's kind of why we use that as part of our project, because the longer the streams of businesses are open, the more money they can generate. So like in, you know, Amazon, for instance, the more you're more healthy, the better health you have in your account, so to say, the longer it's been open, the more products you have success with, the more products you can list, the more traction you can get to your business. Real estate, the longer you own a building or a house or a property, the lower debt you'll have. You can pay off your debt, which will increase your cash flow. So the longer things are around in my world, the more money we can make. And I believe it's the same in Web3. I believe that we are just in the forefront in the beginning. So I just Googled it. I usually said 1 million active users, but now Google has updated me to 1.5 million active users on OpenSea. So OpenSea has 1.5 active users, right? In comparison to eBay, right, that has 159 million active users. So just think about those two numbers, right? For instance, of how early we are in this space, and all these projects that have already come out that are doing amazing things, or the projects that have come out and have failed. Like, it's so early and people don't even understand that. Like, there's only a 1.5 million active users on OpenSea. Yes, there's other platforms, looks rare, and then you go to other blockchains, but just OpenSea, Ethereum based, 1.5 million active users, and eBay 159 million active users.
Goodness gracious. I was shaking the brain out of my headphones, dude. Like, my brain literally just oozed out of my ears, and I do this for a living. I'm on this side of the camera, and it's like, holy fuck, man. Like, you talk about those numbers, and it's staggering. That's staggering. Like, we are early. And I think that we just overuse it so much that everybody kind of tends to forget that nowadays.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it too has to do with, you know, DeFi and regulations and what people are allowed to do and can't do. But I believe that you're going to start seeing a lot of people that are, you know, the SEC is starting to become more compliant with projects, and people are actually filing the right paperwork to be registered, or to see if they need to be registered. And there's going to be some big changes, I would say, in the next 6 to 12 months, 6 to 18 months. You're going to start seeing real estate come into play more. You know, the money managers and different types of, you know, crowdfunding being used in the NFT space. That's going to be legit. It's going to be, you know, documented with the SEC and with other regulatory agencies. And you're going to see some big players. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised in the next year if we saw people start selling houses on the blockchain. Right? They started doing it in some other countries with title and stuff like that to get around some different types of property taxes and transfer taxes, and that's fun stuff. But I think you're going to see some of these bigger banks, at least in the United States, start making some changes on how title is written and real estate transactions are recorded. They're going to really utilize the blockchain for sure.
Most def. And I actually tomorrow on Word on the Chain, I'm going to talk a little bit about soulbound tokens. And that kind of gets into what you're talking about right there, which is like literally your whole life stored on the blockchain. And that's really what the future of it is. Because, dude, if you're going to sit here and you're involved in Web3 and NFTs in any capacity, and you're going to tell me that you wouldn't just rather fucking have your MetaMask hook it up to whatever leasing office agent you rent from or wherever you pay your mortgage to, whatever the fuck you do, and just hit connect, confirm, you see the gas price, the ETH equivalent, it's gone, you're done, you're out of there, and you don't have to worry about anything. Oh shit, I better go flip another Goblin Town, make sure I cover rent for the month. I mean, why would we not want to live that way? Like, I just feel like it's just so much easier. And it made me think of a space I was on last night with what you said. I was late last night. It was Degen hour. Shout out Morgan on Chain Radio. And they were talking about starting this DAO where essentially they would just make a bullshit PFP, raise about 20 million in VC, whatever the hell they wanted to put on it, and then basically create it as a way to show they make it like senators. That's what they were talking about. The senators would be the PFP, and they would show these senators like, yo, we just raised 20 million overnight. Hey, this is a DAO. This is what this is. You guys want to start pushing some regulations so we stop getting fucked out here, and like we don't have to worry about our Bored Apes getting stolen and stuff like that, which at the end of the day, cool. Like, I'm going to talk about security tomorrow too. Like, there's a lot of ways that you can mitigate not getting scammed that don't start with having a ledger. But either way, man, I really think that Jiminy Christmas, we got so much still even yet to learn on a day-by-day basis of what NFTs are.
Yeah, 100%. And like, if you look at it, right? Yeah, scammers are bad people. They do shit, but it's all user error, right? Like, we're the ones clicking links. We're the ones,
bam,
going through FOMO just to get into a project, and we'll click anything. And like, when I first got into the NFT space, I was in a project trying to get whitelist, and I got a DM, right? And it said, luckily I had no money. I didn't even know what MetaMask was. I know Discord from back in the day when I used to be a gamer, and I was on Ventrilo before Discord even was a thing, and migrated over to Discord. But I got a DM and said, you made whitelist, connect your wallet. So I was like, yeah, okay, let me create a MetaMask, do this, and then like I was like, all right, well, I didn't get any. I had no money in here. Nothing's in here. I didn't even know what a MetaMask was. And I'm in the community like, I just won whitelist. They're like, yeah, you were scammed. Your wallet's compromised. So I just erased that seed phrase and started a new one, right? So I learned. I didn't get burnt learning. And there's too many people getting burnt learning. And that's what we're trying to do, is create these safe spaces, create these educational platforms so that people can learn how to mint, how to buy, how to be safe. Because some of the best people I know that are in actual cybersecurity have gotten burnt by clicking a link because they didn't read it thoroughly.
Yep.
Right? Like, think about that. Like, people that are trained in cybersecurity still get burnt in this space. Right? 100%. It's mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, and it's because of having that Web2 mentality, right? Of just okay. Oh fuck, I just signed a contract. And that, like, I don't ever like to say this, but like clicking on a link and doing certain things, like maybe even clicking on an NFT necessarily might not destroy you. It's really, you have to sign. Like, you have to literally physically sign. And that's where people are getting into trouble and just going way too far down the rabbit hole, because that exact same thing happened to me, HD. I had bought, I think, like $1,000 worth of ETH, and I bought it with my bank account instead of with a credit card. So it was like a weak transfer from Coinbase into my MetaMask, and I didn't have it in there. Well, I had joined this Discord. Bam, got that whitelist DM, and I was like, holy shit, I what? And I hit it, and I go to the website, and the minting meter is just, I mean, ripping, right? Creating that FOMO, going. And next thing I know, there was like 10 left. I'm like, fuck. And like did this whole thing. And then all of a sudden, nothing was there. It was all gone. I was like, what the fuck was this? What the hell happened? And then I never had anything in the wallet. There was nothing even there. So it was always fucking good to go. But completely deleted the wallet out, got rid of everything. And then now we have what we have now today. So Oh man, it's just it sucks to see people. It happen to people all the doggone time, and that's why I know it might seem redundant to talk about what are NFTs, what's the importance of security, but that's why I do NFT 101 at the beginning, just to literally have that opportunity to talk about it, because we can get so far down rabbit holes of being so high level in the space that we forget to mention that stuff. But that's
No,
my
yeah,
thoughts there for sure.
100%, dude. I 100% agree that I believe that, we're so advanced, and there's people like, we do a space with one of our community members, and it's like basic introduction, like how to set up a wallet, right? Like
Mm,
what's the difference between, most people don't know the difference between an address and a wallet, right? They think, oh, I
right.
have another address inside my MetaMask, so I have
Mm,
two wallets. I'm like, no, you have one seed phrase, that's one wallet. And they don't know that, and it's to really educate this space, because like I said before, there's only 1.5 million active users on OpenSea, and it's going to grow tremendously, and getting new people into the space safely so that they can stay in the space and grow with the space. And that's what we want to do with our project, is people that want to learn about financial literacy and want to learn about passive income, that want to change their lives, their kids' lives, their family lives, and not work those 60-70 hour weeks to make 40-hour a week pay.
mm,
That's what we're trying to do here, and that's what we're trying to do with our project, and the communities we're working with, right? Like, we've helped some other founders, some other projects with, financial literacy,
mm.
explaining certain things to them, and how we do what we do. We have some projects that are asking us, hey, the passive income, the membership rewards that you're giving to your community, how do you do that? Is it something that we can use and do? And we're like, yeah, sure, no problem, here it is. Like,
Oh yeah.
we're just, you don't have to push people down to build yourself up, and I'm a firm believer in that.
Bingo. So here comes the knowledge, the last bit, because dude, we go down another 15 rabbit holes. So I'm definitely scheduling a HD V2. But final question of the day, because you hit on it when I popped into space with you the other day. So I know you've probably been thinking about what you wanted to say, and I know you can have some absolutely amazing advice on this. So for that person going after entrepreneurship, getting into NFTs, trying drop shipping, or just chasing that dream or passion that they got burning on their heart and soul that we know nothing about. What is your best advice for that person?
So I have a tattoo on the inside of my arm, right? And my brother has the same one on his rib cage, and it says, "Rise and rise again until lambs become lions." Right? And basically, what that means is every time you get kicked down, get back up, because a lamb's never going to turn into a lion, because it's prey, right? So no matter how many times you get kicked in the gut, keep getting up, because eventually those kicks are going to stop, and you're going to be above it. You're going to be able to eat them and understand how you get kicked and how you fell down, and you're going to learn from your mistakes, and you're going to keep moving forwards. And people always joke around. I know we talked about this the other day. I think last weekend I said, I've never lost a game in my life. And people are
Mm,
like, no, you definitely have. Like, you're not undefeated in anything you've ever done. I'm like,
right.
yeah, but I've never lost. And they're like, that doesn't make sense. So you only lose when you don't learn from that loss, right? So if you're not learning from what you did wrong, or, obviously, yes, opponents have outscored us. I've lost one-on-one wrestling matches, like it's a thing. But I've learned what I did, what mistake I did, what I could have done better, what the other team or individual has done better than me, and grown from that. And that's the important thing in this space, that if you do get burnt, learn what you did, figure out how you did it, why you did it, how that person did it to you, and just move on with your head up, right? Because at the end of the day, yes, you might have lost some money. Yes, you might have been emotionally hurt, physically, hopefully not physically hurt, but you're gonna become a better person. You're gonna become a better investor in the NFT space. You're gonna become a better community member in your community,
Mm,
um, by just keeping your head up and learning from mistakes, and DOOR, right? DYOR, right? Do your own research, do our own research, right? Like, you know, join the Door Show,
fuck
and
yeah.
and listen to what Captain says, and the information. If you feel that you got burnt, go listen to other people talk and educate yourself. Be in these spaces, because you're gonna learn more by listening than you do not.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And that's why I've been able to grow so much in this space is just to sit back and listen. And something that me and you both do is write a shitload of notes on spaces. We're always sitting there with, I mean, hey, you guys think I'm bullshitting. Here's the book I always talk about. There it is right there, live in prime time. I mean, I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to be a sponge, and you can hear his fucking paper back there. You know, he's been taking notes, thinking about shit this entire time.
Moving
We're
some
gonna
stuff around.
and we're gonna reconnect on the back end and be like, yo, we talked about this. Fuck, we should try and do this together. This would be electric. And that's what this space is all about. And man, it is just, it's a hell of a time to get involved. So from the bottom of my heart, my brother, 35-minute interview. We need to get another one on tap. V2 HD is coming around. Hopefully we can get all these back end business deals figured out, and I'm gonna see your pretty face live in prime time. Maybe, just maybe. Hey, can you actually can you dox yourself just to me after the show's over? Like I'll like you can stay around.
Maybe.
Let's fucking go. Okay, all right. You guys suck. All right, so all that being said, my friends, before we do that, before we get on out of here for the day, obviously we got the Twitter picker to run. I'll run that here in just a second. But HD, thank you, brother, from the bottom of my heart. From the entire DHR family, everybody in the chat, everything in between. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for just taking the time today, just to share your knowledge, share where you've been, where you were, where you're at, where you want to go, and the visions that you have for this space. It takes a lot to just even come and take the time to talk about it live in prime time. And then to top it all off, to give away a rhino that has all the value that we're talking about all day. I mean, you're an absolutely electric human being, my man. And I thank you. You're busy as shit too. So thank you for taking some time out of your day and spending it with me here on the Door Show, my man.
No, thank you for having me on. And anybody who's listening, make sure you are letting your friends and communities know about this show, right? Because you're going to learn a ton of quote unquote alpha, but you're going to learn from this space, and you're going to learn from Cap'n, and he's going to bring you resources that you most likely won't have access to in your normal day life, right? And that's why following people like Cap'n and listening to these podcasts and these shows and streams are going to literally change your life, because that's how I've learned to grow, and some business decisions I've made have come from listening to a podcast or listening to a spaces on my way to a meeting. And I picked up that one thing that, boom, I got this. Now I'm going into this meeting ready to go, right? Because I got that one word or that one phrase or that one saying that changed my mindset on something that I was struggling on, just by listening to other people talk.
100%. 100%, my man. You have just you've made an impact on my life. So just know that. If you haven't felt like you have lately, you made a fucking impact on somebody's life, and it's been mine. And I have, like I said, I've 10x'd since I've started hanging around, not only in this space, but especially around you guys. And I can't wait to fucking have JTR's crazy ass on next Friday, man. We ain't got to talk about no rhinos. We just get JTR live in prime time. I'm so excited to continue to keep building our relationship and building all this in between. So, my friends, the Twitter picker is loaded. At Cap'n Colt, at Mr. HD_30, at Diamond Hand Radio, and at Respected Rhinos are loaded in. I don't make you have a description because, hey, some of us live busy lives. Some of us aren't social media influencers, so we'll take that off of there. Some of us don't have time to make banners. I get it, but you got to be a real humming bean. I ain't got time to have no dull gray faces, but here's the thing. There's actually an NFT project out there that is literally one of those fucking dull gray faces. So we'll see what happens. If it's a PFP, it'll show up. But without further ado, the picture is the only thing we need. And my friends, we don't even need an age on the bad boy. So without further ado, we're going to continue. We are loaded in. We're continuing again. And my friends, it's time for the draw of destiny.
It's big anticipation for the winner.
Woo! Oh no! All right, well, I'll pop it up on screen because somebody did lose, and it's okay that it was him because he's a huge supporter of the fucking Rhinos, but I got to give him some shit because he didn't do everything that he needed, because we love him and we love his son in the space. Let me share the screen real quick. You know who it is. You know exactly who it is. Let me pop it up. Tux! What the fuck, dude? You can't follow Diamond Hand Radio? What's going on? You just can't follow Diamond Hand Radio anymore? What the hell's going on?
Oh man.
No, what probably happened? I've seen it happen before, and I've been meaning to tell everybody what's going on with that. Make sure when you hit something, sometimes fucking Twitter will like bump you out really fast and like do some stupid shit. So just make sure you double follow. I don't know if that happened to somebody yesterday, but we had one of those yesterday. But we have Never Win Bammer Posey.
Yeah,
never win? What do you mean never win? You're winning today, kid.
He's been in like every space and does every requirement for every retweet. And the other day he was like, I'll never win. So this is like epic that he won. Man.
Let's go, dude. Okay, I am going to tweet that out now. And Bammer Posey. So that's under the one that I did earlier, the giveaway tweet that I did. I just tweeted that out right now. So Bammer Posey, you won. I'll put out a more formal one later once we get off the show here, but obviously reach out to HD or the Respected Rhinos. They will get you all set up 150%. Welcome to the crash, brother. Let's go. That is absolutely awesome. Now, as far as all the pertinence before we get on up and get on out of here for the day. If you have been sitting listening, make sure you go to @RespectedRhinos. You've been wanting to mint. You see it right down there going in the ticker. Go to that Twitter page. That is their main landing page. Use only official links. They are partnered with WenMint. Shout out Quig. Shout out Zorf. All the guys over there. Are you kidding me? You think I'm not gonna have them on too? Shout out everybody on WenMint. So you know their landing page is one button. Super simple. Nice and easy. Super easy to get a Rhino in the wallet. So load on up. Use their official links. 0.09 ETH plus gas. Super affordable for what you're getting right here and right now. And that floor has been nothing but lava since they dropped. So there you go. There you have it. Reveal is very soon. One more time, HD, thank you so much for coming on, sharing your knowledge, my brother. We definitely got to get round 2 on tap and get more dove deep into a lot of like the business back end and a lot of the market stuff we were talking about, because I know we could knock down another 5 hours together, my man. So thank you so much for coming on, brother.
No, yeah, 100%. Thank you for having me. Like you hit the nail on the head. This was awesome. This was a great experience. I love talking to you. We have such good conversations, genuine conversations that bring more value to the listeners, to the people who are part of those conversations than any shill space has ever done. So, like I said, I love that we bumped into each other, have built a friendship through the Web3 space. And I'm excited to continue growing with you and, building this relationship and what's ahead for us. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, man. I echo everything you said. I am so glad that we had the opportunity to cross paths, and I know we're both firm believers. People come into your lives for a reason, so I'm excited to see what comes of it. But for now, it's a wrap. Paper or Plastic, the interview with Mr. HD, the legend himself, right here, right now, my friends. It's time to close up shop. You know the drill. It is a wonderful, tremendous Thursday to be alive. The rest is up to you. Make sure you sprinkle a little of that PLP and high quality kindness in between as you go out throughout your day today, because guess what? It costs 0 fiat, 0 ETH, 0 soul, and 0 of them other shit coins you care to be invested in right here, right now to do so. I hope you have a spectacular rest of your Thursday, unless you have any other plans. And you better know by now, but in case you don't, I'll remind you, right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Peace and love. We'll catch you stirring up some virtual nonsense on the flip side.